Chapter 3. The ABCs of Brainwashing. Brainwashing is a powerful form of social influence that requires consistent commitment from both the brainwashed and the victim. It involves three approaches: compliance, persuasion, and propaganda. Compliance involves making the subject do something without caring about their beliefs, while persuasion targets their beliefs or attitudes. The propaganda method aims to convert the victim by exposing their past mistakes and introducing them to better ways. In the modern world, brainwashing is a daily affair, with media, politicians, and religious leaders being significant culprits. Political leaders often brainwash followers to advance their agendas, while religious leaders surround themselves with easily controlled followers who believe in the same beliefs. Mass suicides, such as those of the Heaven's Gate religious group, are examples of how brainwashing can lead to blind trust and blind obedience. The 10 steps of brainwashing. Step 1. Assault on identity. Predators target their target's identity or ego, which makes them who they are. Every human has multiple identities, and if someone tells you they are not who you believe, it can cause a full-blown identity crisis. This vulnerability makes individuals vulnerable to manipulation, as they tend to believe the best of themselves and have others believe the best about them. High self-esteem and self-awareness protect against predators. But the first step of brainwashing can lead to a more restless life. Step 2. Guilt tripping. Guilt is a powerful emotion that can lead to unattainable goals and confusion. Human predators use guilt to manipulate victims into believing they are not who they think they are. They use guilt to convince victims of their shortcomings and offer them false hope for redemption. The ultimate goal is to break down the victim's authentic self-image and identity. Steps 3 and 4. Self-betrayal and breaking point. Brainwashing is a psychological warfare technique that involves a person being manipulated to denounce themselves and everything associated with them, including their relatives, friends, and belief system. This can lead to feelings of disorientation, guilt, and fear of physical harm. Victims may also want to make up for their sins by cutting ties with their past. However, disowning friends, relatives, and belief systems can leave victims in a worse place, increasing their shame and guilt. Brainwashing is all-consuming and exhausting, making it difficult for victims to escape their predators, especially if they make it through other stages of the process. The process can be all-consuming and exhausting, making it difficult for victims to stand up for themselves. Step 5. The olive branch. Brainwashing victims often feel terrible about themselves and seek redemption. They undergo a nervous breakdown, leading predators to offer salvation. After breaking down, manipulators extend an olive branch, showing leniency if the target is on their good side. Step 6. Compulsion to confess. A person experiencing psychological torture may feel indebted to a brainwashed individual who offers them kindness in exchange for a confession. This unexpected kindness can lead to feelings of indebtedness and a desire to repay the person for their wrongdoings. Step 7. Guilt channeling. Brainwashed victims experience overwhelming guilt after being told they are wrong. The predator channels this guilt into their belief system, making them associate bad feelings with their past while encouraging them to choose alternative beliefs. Step 8. Release of guilt. Victim realizes wrong beliefs are theirs and releases guilt by dissociating from them. Confessing past errors, they are ready to adopt a new belief system. Step 9. Progress and harmony. Brainwashing targets eager to redeem themselves, rebuilding a new identity based on manipulators' belief system, overcoming suffering and guilt to replace old self with safe haven. Step 10. Final confession and rebirth. Victims of brainwashing often feel relief and cling to their new identity, often isolated from their families. Convincing brainwashed relatives of their past is difficult due to the immense damage caused, and professional help is not guaranteed. What makes a person susceptible to brainwashing? Some individuals are more vulnerable to brainwashing due to their weak sense of identity, lack of a supportive community, lack of necessary survival skills, type of family, and living in difficult socioeconomic conditions. A weak sense of identity makes it harder for a brainwasher to tear someone down, while a strong, solid sense of identity makes it harder for a predator to isolate their prey. Some people may also lack the necessary survival skills, leading them to follow the first person who seems to know the way. The type of family and socioeconomic conditions also contribute to the vulnerability of individuals to brainwashing. Therefore, it is crucial for individuals to develop a strong sense of identity, support systems, and resilience to avoid being targeted by brainwashers. Protecting yourself against brainwashers. Brainwashing is a subtle form of manipulation that can be easily detected. It is crucial to be aware of your vulnerabilities, especially those who are vulnerable to external forces. Be wary of spun tales and hype, as they can be overrated and misleading. Be wary of groupthink, where intelligent people make stupid decisions for the sake of consensus. Choose timelessness over trends, as most upgrades are not actually improvements. Pay attention to your gut feeling, as it can pick up danger before your conscious mind does. Be aware of your own choices and be wary of groupthink. By being aware of your vulnerabilities, you can help protect yourself from being brainwashed. Remember to be cautious of the hype and be wary of groupthink, as it can lead to brainwashing attempts.